Hey guys, I hope all my US viewers had a very happy Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday today and we're going to run through some of the deals I found and some of the not so deals. I have to say it is a bit disappointing this year. The deals just aren't as good as they used to been in years past. I think a lot of it has to do with the transition we've seen from big box stores to online retailers. But in addition to that, there are just so many companies selling these batteries now, and the competition has become so fierce that it's driving the prices down to prices we would typically see on Black Friday, except those prices are available all year long. So that when Black Friday comes around, we're not seeing too good of a deal. And in my personal opinion, I don't think there's much profit left, let alone room to move the prices lower. So anyway, I'm going to go through what I found today. I would certainly encourage anyone out there who's looking to buy something to conduct their research ahead of time into pricing, into compatibility, and certainly do not spend money on something out of fear of missing out. It's never good to FOMO on purchases and then wake up the next day and say, man, I wish I wouldn't have purchased that. So I'm not here to suggest anybody buy anything. I just kind of thought it was interesting to go through some of the pricing and some of the deals that I found around. So first up, you see the page behind me here is from Signature Solar, and they've had some of the better deals out of all the vendors I have looked at. And you'll see right on their main landing page here, they have a discount code for 5% off everything. If we click into their Black Friday sales, where is it? Shop now. There's 3 days left in their sale. They also have $150 flat rate shipping no matter how many batteries you purchase here. This 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery is only $239. So that's a direct competition to LiTime or LiTime. They also have a 48 volt 100 amp hour model here for less than $1,000. That's a sealed waterproof battery, just like this 12 volt. They had a number of refurbished batteries here. Now I did look about an hour ago and all of these were sold out. And I see these two are back in stock here. So I don't know if some orders got canceled or what's up with that. But the 48 volt battery was $1,054, just like you see the others here. So they have their EG4 LifePower 4 battery here listed on the Black Friday page for $1,259. I don't really think that's a sale price in my opinion. I think that was the exact same price they were at when I did that rack battery comparison video last week, so that hasn't really changed at all. And I'm a little out of touch with their inverter offerings at this point, but I think the big deal to take note of is the 5% discount code, the $150 flat rate shipping, and these two right here seem to be a very good offering. Moving on to Current Connected. Not too much in the way of discounts on their actual products, but they do have an offer here. Free freight shipping when you spend a minimum of $8,500. So if you're looking to purchase a complete system, when I put a complete system in my cart, that knocked about $500 to $600 off the order. Freight shipping is quite expensive for the weight of these batteries. Looking at this rack alone here, there are 5 batteries. At 100 pounds each, that's going to be about 500 pounds, plus the weight of the pallet, plus the weight of the rack. The weight adds up fast, so this is a good offer. And they do have a number of ready-made kits available, so if we go in the kits tab here, the two that caught my eye is they have a version with the basic battery, but then the version with their Pro battery where you get 25 kilowatt hours, that's 5 rack batteries. You get the rack, you get all of the interconnects, the cabling, the communications cables, the silicone covers for the terminals, and it's it's like $180 short of the minimum to ship free, so I just have to add something else in. And this certainly isn't something at this price that you're going to pull up this page and say, oh gee, I think I'm going to order me one of those. It's sort of like if you're sitting on it in the back burner and thinking, okay, maybe I'd like to order one of those eventually. Now is probably the best time of the year if you're looking to get an SOK rack to get that free shipping offer. I don't personally foresee their prices moving too much here, but moving on to Ruixu. Ruixu was one of my favorite batteries from the rack battery comparison. Their Black Friday offering here is a $300 discount code, free shipping 11 on orders over $5,000. So if we take a look at their pricing here, so you would need to purchase 5 of these batteries to unlock that free shipping offer, and that comes down to $1,200 per battery shipped out the door. So that is a direct competition to SunGoldPower, which we've established before was one of the cheapest options on the market. And I would say this Ruixu battery pricing is probably one of the best deals on the 48 volt batteries today. Their quality far exceeds the SunGoldPower battery in my personal opinion. Moving on to AoLithium here, this is a surprising deal I came across actually on eBay. So you see it says up to 40% off, but their rack battery is under $1,000. It's $999. This is the first time I've seen a rack battery below $1,000. Now I've not personally reviewed this battery, and I've heard some mixed reviews about it from other reviewers and other people who have talked about it, but that certainly is an interesting deal. Now I did notice they don't have a circuit breaker on this battery, and from looking at these contacts, it seems like it may be a pace BMS like we've seen in some other batteries. but this screen is definitely different for sure. And it looks like some Amphenol style connectors. And we do have a power button, which really does make up for the lack of circuit breaker, because I view those circuit breakers to be more as a disconnect, as an isolation point. And this power button is going to have the same functionality. Moving on to LiTime. Now LiTime advertises 50%, up to 50% off. So not 50% off, up to 50% off. But the deals they have here don't really seem like good deals to me. $239. This is the price this battery has pretty much always been for quite a while now. In fact, I've seen it as low as $230. And this site has the most amount of wording to try to instill, oh, I got to purchase that as soon as possible, trying to get the FOMO type behavior to go on impulse buy. And I don't like impulse buys. Again, if you're going to buy something, please do your research and do not just spend money just because it's Black Friday. So you'll see this is $239. This is their base version that does not have low temperature protection. They do have tiered discounts. So if you spend $500, you get $25 off and so forth, up to $100 off. And then they've got a membership points thing you can join to get points for further discounts. I wouldn't really go for any of this points thing. You know, it makes sense for products you're buying routinely, but you're hopefully not going to be routinely buying a battery. The idea of lithium iron phosphate is you buy the battery and you have the battery to last. Moving on to Power Queen, we have very similar pricing as LiTime. Again, we have the stackable discounts. So their base battery, where was it here? The base battery is $229, and you see buying one of them does get you the first discount of 4% off. So that will bring it down to $220, making it a little bit cheaper than the LiTime. And Power Queen was just as good quality in my opinion when I reviewed them, at least. It's been a little while. Moving on to Amazon. Amazon has a lot of listings in the 12 volt 100 amp hour category, and I would certainly exercise caution if you're going to buy something from the Amazon page. There are a number of companies that are just random letters. Let's see, there's one in particular this one here, $167, and the brand name is DJLBERMPW. Anybody want to try to pronounce that? Because I certainly don't. I'm not saying it's a bad battery. I'm not saying it's a bad battery. Just use caution. I know this Bunflow here for $189. Will Prowse had put out a video on this particular battery, and the construction internally was quite interesting. There were giant globs of solder on the battery terminals, so you know, you really don't know what you get. If you're going to buy from the deal page here, I would look for brand names that you recognize, like the LiTime. But again, the LiTime is the same price as buying on their own website. The Losygy was actually a pretty good battery. I reviewed one of those quite a while ago. They had GFB cells as well, but they were pouch-based cells. They were not the standard aluminum case prismatics that we're used to. There's not too much else to see. Like I said, there's a lot of deals on here, but Smilax for $183. I would be very hesitant to purchase some of these batteries. That's all I'm going to say on that. Moving on to SunGoldPower. Black Friday Cyber Monday sale up to 25% off. This red text here is like a giant dump of model numbers that's difficult to read in the white background. That's something that really bothers me, but we see their 6500 watt inverter is $1,147. That's not really a great deal by today's pricing. Let's see what else we have here. Their rack battery is $1,238. I believe that's the same pricing. Yeah, that is the same pricing again, once again, as when I did the rack battery comparison video last week, the same pricing. So I don't know how they call that 25% off. I guess they're using this price as the starting point, which I've never seen this battery listed at $1,650 that I can think of, but you know, I don't go out here and check these sites constantly, so I could be off on some of this. And then lastly, but certainly not least, Watts 247 had a particularly good deal here. We go to their Black Friday savings page. So if you're looking to purchase the MPP solar inverters, where was it here? The LV6548, this is the 250 volt MPPT version, $899. That's very similar, if not the same, as the current connected deal from their Savings Shack a while back. And again, this is the 250 volt MPPT version that's not affected by the high idle consumption that I saw in their LV6548V. They still have not gotten back to me on that issue. I don't think we're going to hear anything back on that issue. I think they're just pretty much done with it. The last time I talked to them, they told me this inverter model was not discontinued, but they're not listed in their store, and it's very difficult to find them online anywhere. All I can find is the V version. So in my personal opinion, I don't know that they're even producing this inverter anymore. But if you're looking to buy one, this is a great price, $899 for one. Let's see what else they have here. $649 for the 6048. I was never a big fan of this. Some people were interested in, asking me to review this inverter, but Some of their split phase inverters actually had 2 inverter circuits built into the chassis. So I really didn't see much of a difference in that versus purchasing 2 inverters separate. And then we have a few rack batteries as well. Here's the Power Up. I've never heard of that brand, but that looks very, very similar to the SOK. So that might be something to look at. I don't know, it's not really jumping out at me as, oh, I gotta check this, but anyway, please let me know what you guys think. If you find any other good sales that I have missed, please leave them down in the comment section so I can see them and so other viewers can see what's out there as well. If you're interested in purchasing from any of these vendors, there are links down in the video description. They are affiliated links and do help support this channel. You're welcome to use those links, or of course you're welcome to not use those links. It's totally up to you. And again, please do your research before you purchase anything. Don't jump on something out of the impulse urge to buy that. Anyway, hit that like button before you go, and thanks for watching.